Yo, what's up, y'all? Phil James. Today is November 10th. It's 2017, and it's Friday. Happy weekend, y'all. So, yes, you can see this, right? Prepare to be mind blown. Asgardia, the Space Kingdom. Now, you want to know a little bit about this? I haven't seen anybody talk about this yet. I mean, somebody could have. I just haven't seen anybody make a video on this. So, yes, I am. Because I am just absolutely blown away by this bullshit. The biggest amount of horse shit I've ever read in my life. And it's almost like an idea of a child. Like, really. Alright. So, you ready for this? First space nation set to blast off from Earth Saturday, or tomorrow, or 4 a.m. here soon. Like tomorrow, 4 a.m. is when this launch happens. Asgardia exists mostly online, but soon its first bit of territory will claim its independence from the pull of Earth's gravity. The non-existent force, the non-proven force, that one. Gravity, in case you didn't know. The first nation in space finally launches Saturday aboard a commercial spacecraft set to blast off from NASA's Wallops Flight Facility in Virginia. There you go. That's what it looks like. This is a space kingdom. Can't you see? That's the size of a loaf of bread. It's called a cubesat or a microsatellite. And yeah, it's about the size of a loaf of bread with its little power switch over there on the left side, This little solar panel right there on the bottom. A rendering of Asgardia 1. Although the physical territory of Asgardia will consist solely of what's basically just a floating file server in orbit, the self-proclaimed Space Kingdom insists the deployment of the satellite Asgardia 1 is just the beginning of a much greater vision of a true space state. Wow, that's so ambitious. That's so incredible. And they're helping humanity so much by making a space territory, a space nation, or a space state. I am just stoked. And did you notice the name of the CubeSat? Asgardia 1. Alright. Does anybody know what Asgard is? In Norse mythology, Asgard is where Oden and Thor live. And it's like a dimension higher than Earth. You know what I mean? And they are the protectors of Earth. So that will come back into play here in a second. Asgardia is probably one of the few self-declared sovereign states you could fit in a backpack. Asgardia 1, a small cubesat that's roughly the size of a loaf of bread, is among the 14 cubesats that will be launched from Wallops early Saturday aboard an orbital ATK Cygnus spacecraft bound for a long stop at the International Space Station, or the imaginary space station because it's not real. It will then have to wait at the ISS for a month before Cygnus detaches and heads to a higher altitude where the satellite can be deployed. I thought there was 14. But maybe they're just launching the one first and seeing how it goes for a minute. Who knows? Who knows? This is all bullshit anyways. I just thought it was a funny video, funny topic, had to cover it. Asgardia 1 will carry some key files, like the national constitution, flag, and database of all its citizens, in quotes. Citizenship requires little more than filling out an application online and agreeing to the terms of the Constitution, but most of its storage is filled with files uploaded by citizens. So far, over 100,000 humans have accepted the terms of the Constitution and uploaded over 18,000 files to the satellite, according to Asgardia's website, which I have up on another tab. We'll get to it. The CubeSat will be our foundation stone from which we will look to create a network of satellites that will help protect our planet against asteroids, solar flares, man-made space debris, and other space hazards. Aliens? Asgardia's leader and current one-man government, Russian nanoscientist Igor Asherbelly, said earlier this year. I'm not very good with names, so if you guys know how to pronounce that, go ahead and give me a phonetics, or what is it, phonetic spelling, is that what it's called? I think so. The reaction to the Space Nation building project has been mixed. While over 500,000 would-be Asgardians have requested citizenship, others point out that the idea of claiming territory in space could conflict with existing law, the Outer Space Treaty. All right. So, you obviously know how I feel about this. I think it's absolute bullshit. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's stupid. And it's actually comparable to Saudi Arabia granting Sophia, the robot, the AI robot, citizenship there. You know what I mean? It's on that level. Absolute retarded, like ridiculous publicity stunt just to, distract people. Give people like a little, I don't know what to call it. A little like, oh man, like just blow people away because the fanboys, the NASA fanboys are going to love it. And that's another thing. NASA is the exact same thing as Santa Claus. It's just for adults. So NASA is the adult Santa Claus. Just so everybody knows. Because they are complete and total bullshit. And they just seem to be able to do whatever they want. And they have a $53 million a day budget. So, yeah, the adult Santa Claus. And people just love it and eat it up so much they continue to fund it. All of us do. But it's bullshit. Completely. So here. But the rationale for Asgardia 1 is that it represents a humble first step towards far greater ambitions. The ultimate goal of Asgardia is to protect Earth from space threats. That's from the frequently asked questions on the official website. In order to preserve humanity and biodiversity of the Earth, Asgardia will organize and ensure the building of space arcs, or man-made inhabitable territories, and protective platforms in space to be used in the event of threats to the safety of humanity on the Earth and for space tourism in the absence of space threats. Asgardia's long-term vision includes human settlements on the moon and possibly on other celestial bodies. Absolute bullshit. It's just like Elon Musk saying he wants an 1 million person colony on Mars. Absolutely laughable. Absolute joke. None of this is real, guys. None of it. This whole thing, yeah, they're going to launch a rocket. This whole thing, yeah, they're going to fake it. They're going to, show all kinds of live editing, composite videos and footage of this, green screens and all, CGI out the ass, live editing of that, live clipping, all of it. They're going to show it all. It's all bullshit though, guys. So we got to remember that because this is complete and total bullshit. Ain't nobody going to space. We can't go to the moon. They're telling us they're about to go to Mars, but they'll admit that they can't get to the moon because the technology to get to the moon has been destroyed and it's too painful to recreate. They've also admitted they can't leave low Earth orbit because of the Van Allen belts and, their technology being gone. So this is absolute bullshit. Absolutely bullshit. This thing, yes, it's going to be outside of the Earth's gravity pool, So that's outside of low Earth orbit, So it's not doing that, and they're saying it's a space nation. It's 14 loaf of bread sized satellites, and they're calling that a space nation. People are already jumping on this boat and becoming citizens by accepting the terms and conditions of this more than likely bullshit constitution they have. I wonder if it has a Bill of Rights. I wonder if you even have any God-given rights on that thing, because you're not on the earth that was made by God, so who knows? Probably nothing. It's probably all bullshit completely. But just because, I'm going to go ahead and get on the other website, Asgardia's main website. This is their website. I'll put links to both of these in my description down below. But just because I want to see, You know what we're going to do? We're going to go ahead and get the citizenship terms and conditions, and I'll make a separate video about it. So be sure to catch that later. All right, y'all. Tell me what you think in the comments. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell, share. I'd appreciate it. Thank you to all my subscribers, new and old subscribers. I appreciate it. We're still growing, and it's not going to stop, y'all. All right. Peace.